You ever ask the question, what's my purpose in life? Can I steal 2 minutes? This was a revelation for me yesterday. If I wanted to spread Miracle Whip, could I do it with a shovel? You could. It would function that way. If I wanted to dig a hole in the backyard to plant, say, a tree, could I do it with a butter knife?
Could.
Eventually. Okay? What's the difference, though?
The right tool.
One is made for that. One is made for spreading mayonnaise. One is made for digging a hole. Now let's just pretend for a moment. My wife has a hard time with this part. Let's pretend for a moment that the shovel has feelings and intellect and an opinion and it can talk. I know it's a stretch. If it could, and you said shovel, I would like to dig a hole. I would like you, in fact, to be my sandcastle shovel. And the shovel says, you know what? In my experience, sand is really hard to get out of those little cracks around the edge. So I don't like sand. And in fact, that salty air causes me to rust. I'd really rather play in the snow. In fact, if you'll let me shovel snow, I'll do the driveway and the sidewalk and the road for free. I love snow that much. Now, if I allowed him to do that, and said, all right, well, I'll tell you what. We live in Corpus Christi, but we're going to move north to, say, Buffalo. And you can have all the snow you want. What are the 3 things that we just identified in our relationship that's that shovel?
Shovel's in charge.
They all start with P. What's the difference between the shovel and the butter knife? Purpose.
Purpose.
Very good. What's the difference between sand and snow? Okay. And moving from Corpus to Buffalo is a
Plan.
Dumb idea.
I'm not going to argue with that. Let me ask you what happens when you do the 3 of these together, though. See, if you looked at those as circles and you said, this is purpose, and this is passion, and this is plan, how many of you walked around in your life going, why am I here? I'm just over 40 years old, I'm just now figuring that out. You know what's funny is that if this is my passion, what my heart is willing to sacrifice for, what I would give up money to do for free, that's what I'm doing right this minute. If you never paid me a dime, I would still do this because I love it. It's what I'm paid for. Now, do the gifts that make me capable of doing this make me a good salesperson? Yeah. Does the ability to understand psychology, read a crowd, manipulate a crowd, influence them to do things make me a good barter negotiator? Apparently. But it's not my purpose. I could dig a hole in the ocean with a fork. It would take a long time. It's not the right tool for the job. It's not what it's made for. See, I know what I love to do. It just took me a while to figure out exactly what it was I was supposed to do. And now I have a plan to do that. And I encourage you. Appreciate yourself for what you were made to do. Apply the passions that God has developed in your heart. Make a plan. And so they all come together in the same spot, because when those 3 circles begin to overlap each other, it's the difference between the early swing, that is a strikeout, the late swing that drives down the first base line, and the ball going right over the top of the fence. It's the sweet spot. Right here where these 3 circles come together, that's the power. Bill, thank you for the extra time.